matchup tonight. We could very well end up facing these guys in the postseason. So it's important to learn what we can and show them we're not about to back down. If we get it done here, it'll give us that much more confidence if we see them again. The stakes are raising every day at this point. So
oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We hope you're wearing the green today on this special presentation of the NBA on St. Patrick's Day. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. We'll see the Indiana Pacers defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top. And now we'll see who gets the advantage after they tied at one apiece.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished, struggled to handle the ball, created then his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too.
Yeah.
But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the two. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
The drive by Lowry. Down low, Henderson. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Freq sets a screen for Allen. Ellis dishes to Freq. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
Raptors leading by 3. Lowry with the ball. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well. And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
There's the screen. And George, here we go. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And most impressive when you do it on the road like that. They just kept coming at him wave after wave, and they really kept the crowd on mute in that one.
Clock at 4. The fader. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And it's 6 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Took him no time at all on that one.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
These players have been all about defense lately. Here are the steal leaders in the NBA this month. DeMar DeRozan on top.
Really been fantastic defensively this run. And now he's looking to get more.
Raptors leading by 5. Kicks to Carroll. All alone. That one off the back iron and out.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
And that one's good. George has got 5 points so far.
He's one of the best in the league at that. even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Patterson against Allen. Carroll. And again, no good by Toronto.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
You can see the emphasis is to get out and run.
Scola, a screen on Hill. Lowry kicks to Scola. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
And while we have a moment, let's check the stats for DeRozan. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. First in steals, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And as you said, I mean, he'll take your lunch from you. He's the sneakiest ball hawk in the league right now. Hide everything you've got because he's coming at you.
Here's Freq. Lays it up and banks it in. Freq's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
To the middle, and again, Indiana running the floor.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Screen by Scola. And there's the pass to Carroll. Feeds to DeRozan to end the run. Can't get it to go. So Indiana will take it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And talk about a team that just never seemed to get into a rhythm offensively. It was just an ugly game to watch.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, they didn't appear to have any kind of cohesiveness in terms of game plans, and they never figured out how to attack the defense in that one.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick-fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim. Tell you what, he's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
And we all know about Paul George and his injury while with Team USA. I mean, he has still said that he would consider playing international ball.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Freq's checked in for Turner. Hill comes in for Allen. Paul George, he's checked in for Hill. And it's Ellis in for George Hill. A new group in now for the Raptors. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Patterson. Scola comes in for Johnson. DeMar Carroll's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Ross. Freq, he's in at center. Ellis is out there with Rodney Stuckey. Then it's Paul George, and it's Hill in at the 4. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Free throw good, Freq.
Let's keep it moving.
For George to be eager to go back and represent the U.S. in international play is a brave move.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, a lot of it might be that he just wants to put that in the past and move on. And sometimes you do that best by confronting things head on. The only way to have that be the past is to keep playing for his country.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freq in the last matchup against the Celtics had a nice performance. He had 12 points and, as always, piling up rebound after rebound as well. He had a great game in all facets, and his coach called it a complete game of basketball. High praise to be sure, guys.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little afraid. I mean, anybody who saw that game has to still be in awe of what he was able to do. Just absolutely dominant.
Boy, I tell you, he was in such a rhythm and on a roll. He could have won that game all by himself.
Now, here's Joseph. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Outside, George. Freq passes to Hill. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
The Raptors making a switch here. Johnson's checked in.
On the topic of Jordan Hill, hey, there aren't many guys like him with his size who can move that well. He's entering the prime of his career right now. Will he continue to ascend, or will he be content with where he's at? Time will tell.
Here's Joseph. Misses off the right iron.
Most of the time, that shot will go down, or the defenders have to make sure they tag him. Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Screen by Scola. Joseph dishes to Scola. Stolen by George. And now Ellis running the floor all by himself.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Johnson kicks to Joseph. Johnson with a screen on Ellis. Here's Joseph. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Freq kicks to Hill, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Carroll with the three, and it's Freq with the rebound. Freq's got 5 rebounds tonight, and George, here we go, and that one's good.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Raptors trail by 9. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And we finished one half of basketball.
Thank you, Kevin and Dwayne. A very tight game here. What's the number one thing you need to do in the second half to try to get out ahead and break this thing open?
Well, number one is we got to make sure we get in a defensive disposition. You know, right now we're kind of trading buckets. We're anticipating, putting them on the foul line. So we got to play from an anticipatory style of defense, whereas we're not reacting to where they have us on our heels.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things.
Number one, we've done really well in limiting our turnovers. The last thing we want to do is give them extra possessions, and so far, we haven't. One place we've had success was in the low post on offense. Great positioning. Good job finding the open passing lanes and getting the ball in tight. This is a very tough opponent, and we've got a difficult half in front of us. But I've got all the faith in the world in you guys. I know you can get this done.
Welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. And the players heading up. Indiana making a change here. Freq's checked in. And the Raptors also making a change. Patterson, he's checked in for Valanciunas. So for Toronto right now, Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Scola out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's Carroll in at the 3 spot. Here's Patterson. And again, no good by Toronto.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
And stolen by Patterson. Lowry passes to DeRozan, and he slams it one-handed.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out in transition.
DeRozan against Ellis. Up and in on the layup. Ellis has got 8 points.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Lowry against Hill. Lowry dishes to Patterson. Got a hand on it. Turner's checked in for the Pacers.
And for Louis Scola, a very different role for him over the last 2 years. I mean, he was a starter for most of his career, then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
Down low, count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut down to 3 on the bucket from Patterson.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
Lowry against Hill. They set the pick. Patterson, the screen. Here's DeRozan. Excellent D there from George.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Here's Freq. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Patrick Patterson. The Pacers have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. Free throw good, Freq. And both free throws good from Freq.
Really an extraordinary game for Freq. He's got 8 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
DeRozan's shot is good. And here is Hill. 6 points for him. Unloads from 13. Almost, but it rolls out.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
It's stolen by Carroll. Oh, and here it comes Carroll all alone. Here's Lowry. Second shot opportunity. The shot misses. Good work defensively by Turner. And George kicks to Hill. Ellis outside. Now here's Freq, guarded by Scola, and Freq throws it down.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming onto the court are your Pacers.
And right there is the list of rookie assist leaders for the last 10 games. It's been all about team play for this group lately. 5th on the list, Freq.
And the assist numbers the past few weeks have shown. And chemistry-wise for this team.
Well, I think fitting in is an understatement. I mean, he's flat out taking charge, running things. That offense looks exceptional when it runs through him.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for George. C.J. Miles comes in for Monte Ellis. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for George Hill. Ross kicks to Valanciunas. Here's DeRozan. Sweet little floater. DeRozan's got 6 in the quarter.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Stuckey kicks to Miles. Turner up top. Some nice passing here by Indiana. In the corner, Stuckey with it. The feed now to Freq. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Raptors trail by 3. Here's Joseph. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. It's stolen by Hill. And now the fast break. Hill with the ball. And the shot is good from Stuckey. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Ross sets a screen for Joseph. Shot clock at 6. It's DeRozan with the drive. The shot is off. Nice D from Freq. Here's Miles, and some very quick points for him on that possession.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Pass to Ross. Fires the three. They get the rebound. Here's Valanciunas. Comes up empty down low.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Here's Stuckey. Freq with it. Valanciunas is there. Offensive rebound. Freq. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Freq's got the lead up to 9 now for the Pacers. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Outside DeRozan. Valanciunas with a screen on Hill. And again, no good by Toronto.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Miles the pass to Stuckey. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. And it's an 11-point Indiana lead.
Exactly what they want right there. Continue to get good looks.
DeRozan dishes to Johnson. For 3, Ross. It's rebounded by Indiana. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Freq, guarded closely. Stolen by Joseph. Oh, and here comes Joseph all alone. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible, incredible body control right there. Don't know how.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Freq's checked in for Hill. Paul George comes in for Solomon Hill. Monte Ellis, he's checked in for C.J. Miles. And it's Hill in for Rodney Stuckey. Freq in at center. George Hill out there with Ellis. Then there's Lavoy Allen. And it's George in at the small forward spot. That's the Pacers 5. Here's Freq, and he dunks it down.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Raptors trail by 16. Johnson with a screen on Hill. Now here's Joseph. He's guarded by Hill. 6 on the shot clock. Now Joseph from deep 3-point range. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 4 rebounds in this game.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Freq kicks to Allen. And again, it's Indiana converting.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Pacers.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Well, Kevin, timing and anticipation, they got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum in this one.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year.
And in what's been a very competitive series between these two teams, the victory here tonight will push their record to 2-1 with 1 left to play against the Raptors.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Allen. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Lavoy Allen. Solomon Hill comes in for George. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Monte Ellis. Young is subbed in for George Hill. Here's Lowry. No good with the fallback jumper.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Some nice passing here by Indiana. It's stolen by Lowry. Fast break, Toronto. Lowry's got the ball. He feeds it to Scola. Fires, high post. Here's Valanciunas. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
It's deflected. Passes it to Freq. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Pacers lead by 18.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire.
I'm alongside Paul George. And Paul, you really looked like you were having fun and playing a very fluid game. Did you feel like you were just in a flow out there?
I did. I got hot. I was looking for the ball, looking to make plays, and shots were falling.
Paul, thank you for your time. Guys, this is a budding superstar.
Doris, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now we'll head over to the studio with Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Now let's take this opportunity to check out our Jordan player of the game. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunity. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
You know what I like, Ernie? He was not afraid to take on the big fellas down low tonight. We saw him drive the lane and get all the way to the bucket more than a few times. He's not scared of these little big guys.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, send him in. Cece.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you again.
My pleasure.
Freq. Great game last night.
That's what I do, right?
Indeed. Have a seat. Pagnotti.
How you doing?
Thought you'd be selling used cars by now.
Funny, comedian. I thought you would have invested in some new clothes, being a team owner and all. I see you still rocking that Goodwill look.
Freq, what are you hanging around with this guy for? You know he's bad company, right?
Got no choice. He helps me pay the bills. Plus, our mother loves him.
Thank you all for coming by on such short notice. You're welcome. So you know why we're here, right?
Not really.
You want to negotiate an extension for Freq, right?
Well, since you mentioned it, your client is quickly becoming a liability for this organization.
We've already put a plan in place that's going to address all your concerns and issues.
Let me finish. Thank you. Myself, the front office, and the coaches are not satisfied with the adjustments you've made in your life off the court. I personally warned you about the company you keep, and we're fed up with the late nights and showing up late to shoot-arounds and the bad press and the incident at the nightclub. I told you Vic was going to be your downfall, and I was right. Something has to change now, or we're not going to need your services any longer.
If this is about that Twitter stuff, Vic was playing. Okay, it was a joke.
It's not about that. It's everything.
But like I told you before, Vic is my best friend. I can't just cut him off. He's practically family.
Not really.
What exactly are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything, Dom. I'm saying it. Freq and his friend Vic are a problem for me and this organization. And I called you in here to figure out how we all together can fix this problem. And right now, I'm only seeing one solution.
I agree that Freq may need to make some adjustments in his personal life off the court, but that's a learning process. We both know that. But this almost sounds like a threat. And Dom Pagnotti doesn't take too kindly to threats. Is this a threat?
Call it what you will.
We all know that Vic is a problem. The only person who doesn't seem to realize that is my brother. I'm sorry, bro, but enough is enough.
I don't have a problem with what you're saying. I have a problem with how you're saying it. Now, I know we can come to some understanding without all the ultimatums or threats.
Can we all come to a understanding, a compromise?
No, no more compromises. I already warned Freq. I told you, don't be a hero, cut that zero. It's cut Vic loose, or we trade Freq. It's that simple.
Fine, we'll go sign with another team.
Good luck with that, Pagnotti. Because of Vic, Freq's reputation precedes him.
No, because of Freq's God-given talent, his reputation precedes him.
Everybody's been talking. Dom, you know how this works. This is not about you and me and our history. This is about your client. Help him.
You talking as if I'm invisible. You talking around me, about me, but not to me. Vic has always had my back. And I've given this team everything I got. I practice hard. I play hard. Yeah, some nights I got it, some nights I don't. Some days I might even show up a little late to shoot-arounds. But every time I'm on that court, I've always given my best. And I see how it is, though. I mean, us players got to be loyal to you, but you don't have to be loyal to us players. Try to give me some father and son talk, talking about how you love your players and how you look up for them. Come on, man. You trying to cut me off like you cut off Izzy. Don't you have people loyal to you no matter what? People you can't cut off? Well, that's me and Vic. Vic and me. Y'all insist, really. They could tell me stop hanging with Vic. What makes you think they won't tell me stop talking to you? You remember in 7th grade, some guys were trying to jump me over some girl. Vic was the one to get some friends just to walk me home. And when they came, we went at it, but I wasn't alone. When I got my scholarship, it was Vic who put the word on the streets that nobody should mess with me because I had a future. Vic was protecting me. And sir, I know Vic is crazy. But before all the hype and the lights, media, fans, it was just me and Vic. He's always been there. I mean, if y'all don't like that, I don't know what to say.
It hurts me to say this, but I see his point. What you don't understand is that the league doesn't have your back anymore. Not like they used to. They try, but it's too much. Social media has changed everything. And this last incident with Vic, that was the final straw.
It was a joke.
It wasn't funny. You know it wasn't a joke. Vic was defending you, stepping in to protect your honor by attacking another teammate like that? Talking about his manhood, his wife, his kids, his family, so you can be the big dog on the court? That's uncalled for.
And they all know your relationship with Vic, so they think it's coming from you.
But that's the media blowing everything out of proportion as usual.
It's not just the media. He's attacking other players, other teams. He's out of control. Vic just doesn't know how to behave.
We got guys on our squad who don't want to be here because of that beef. There is no place for that kind of inappropriate behavior in this league. If you can't trust your teammates, who can you trust?
What Vic is doing isn't right. He's bringing you down, and people can see it. I see how all the other players are looking at you. Oh, it's not cool. It's not cool at all.
What, don't talk to him? Don't hang with him?
You do what you got to do. That's your call. But let me tell you this. You asked me if I had friends that I couldn't cut off? Yeah, I did for a while. Friends, business partners, girlfriends, wives, family that I thought I couldn't cut off. But I learned that sometimes you got to make the hard decisions. I mean, some of these people, they were just bad for me. They were bringing me down. They weren't making me better. They were good for the time that they were there, but I grew up. Not in age and maturity, but in mind and spirit. I was ready for the next level in my life. And I'll be honest with you, I've been on the receiving end of that. I've been cut off before myself, and yeah, it hurt at the time. But looking back, they were doing the right thing for me. Just don't tell my ex-wife that, Pagnotti.
So what's the next move?
The next move is Freq's. It always has been. The question is he ready and willing to do what needs to be done?
This is messed up.
You take a moment to think about it, but think long, think wrong. The snafu should have been cleaned up a long time ago. With or without you, we got games to win.
Freq, you gotta handle your business.
Okay, we've all said our piece. You might cut me off as your manager, but I will always be your sister. Twin, this is on you. I might not like it, but I will respect any decision you make. Yvette, please.
Cece.
Yvette.
Where's Dom?
I had him call you.
Why?
I'm gonna cut right to the chase. My brother is deeply in love with you. And I'm ready to put our differences aside if you are.
Really?
On a string.
I'm with it.
Team Freq.
Team Freq.
All right, so if you're gonna be down with the team, I gotta show you the dap.
The dap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, like this.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, shoot,
shoot,
swish.
Swish.
Yeah. Again.
Like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, swish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like that.
Cool, right?
Yeah.